Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the brand new season of BaseD&D. I am Logan.
I'm Ben, the Dungeon Master.
I'm Ethan, the player.
And I am also Ethan, the player.
And I am Brielle, the guest.
That's right. So last time we did our session 0 and everyone kind of got an outline of what they wanted their characters to be. I'm going to start with Logan. He's going to give us kind of the pre-Sundering character. So what is he at level 0? What is his life? Yeah.
So my character's name is Kir, K-I-R, and he was a priest, a man of the faith before the Sundering. He worshipped one of the gods. I haven't decided which one yet.
I forgot to send you that.
But that's not important. So he was a priest, a preacher. He was like the owner of a church, had a congregation that would listen to him and pay tithes. And he was very, very, very devout and very like doomsday coded. He would preach about the end times quite a bit and be like, oh, our sacred texts say that the end is near. And his small congregation would listen, but not many other people would really listen because they're like, oh yeah, whatever. All sacred texts talk about the end times, so
Second coming.
who cares?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, it's coming. And so that's basically it. It was a little humble life, just a priestly man preaching about the end times.
Excellent. Ethan, Bachelor.
I was an atheist, a debater. I would go and debate.
Some would say a master debater.
Master debater. I would debate the religious folk in intellect. And I would...
He would wear a fedora.
Yes. And I would overall make fun of them, even if they were correct. I was right.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that actual guy that sounds like this? He's the guy that would debate Jordan Peterson like all the time.
The young kid.
Oh,
Not that kid.
Alex.
Is it Alex?
you just know his first name.
Alex.
Oh, it was Alex.
You know Alex.
Steve.
Like, oh,
Dude, I
of
know
course,
Alex.
dude. I should have known it was Alex.
All right.
I don't know.
Brielle, how about your character?
The character, her name is Idra, and she is an indentured slave to the tavern master. She got sold there as a child. Her mom needed, a cigarette, a pack, so she got sold for, a pack.
For a pack of cigarettes.
And
Wow.
and she's been working off her debt ever since. She doesn't always take the highest ground. You would think that somebody who's been given such a rough hand in life would, be a little sympathetic. But, if there's an extra coin or two on the table, she's not telling anybody.
I like it. And then
What was your character's name, Ethan?
I can kind of describe why I'm not going to...
maybe you got hit on the
Thomas.
head as a child.
Thomas.
No, so I think
Thomas.
a good way to put my character is that after the events of today, he's not going to know who he was. So it'd be cool to not have the audience or you guys know
Sure.
until he figures it out.
And then you can share it.
I like it.
It's shareable.
Okay.
Okay, so for the beginning, we're going to assume that all of you guys are from the same town, same village. And so we'll kind of get started.
Have Ethan and I debated before? We probably have, I'd imagine.
That's up to you guys to decide.
I
You
wanna
know the relationship you guys are going to try to have later on.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well, how renowned are you?
Or-
I kind of travel around debating. It's not a...
You're a traveler.
Oh, yeah.
It could be where we have, but with where you end up, I think that you like converted,
Hmm.
or you could just be we've never met.
Either
I
way.
don't know what would work better.
We could do. We've had our staunch debates in the past.
We've debated, and then I've seen like the light to touch you, and then that's why I follow you around, because you do have like your
Right.
miracles.
His intellect.
And I'm like, I brought this upon him, and then I like follow you around.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, so welcome to session 1, the day the world broke. So you guys are all kind of humble level 0 villagers from the town of Bramblewake. Bramblewake is a really small village that nobody really travels to intentionally. It sits kind of at a crossroads of a narrow trade road and a shallow river. It's surrounded by kind of low, relatively empty fields and scrubby kind of hedgerows that surround them. Its buildings are all kind of half timber, half stone, sort of your traditional medieval village huts. More often than not, these are being patched and thatched up rather than being repaired and replaced. Not much in the town is really new, but everything works most of the time. Inside of the town, you have that familiar smell of wood smoke, damp earth, boiled grain. You have chickens wandering freely through the dirt streets, laundry hanging from first and second story windows on sagging lines. Most of the people in the town know each other fairly well, and they can sort of argue without anger and know that all things are done in goodwill. It's a small enough town that you can bring up a subject and not feel harassed for it, but you can resolve it relatively peacefully with everyone else. When people do cross through the town, people are kind enough to offer food, maybe a night to stay, without even being asked if they see you kind of wandering the streets. It's a relatively friendly town. At the center of the town is a small market square, just wider than the road that crosses through the town, where traders used to come and set up once or twice a week when it was more often passed through due to kind of the drought in the area. People have stopped traveling through the areas frequently. In the center of the market square, a dry fountain sits with its stone basin cracked and empty, void of water. Once it was a monument of some sort. Children climb on it and often play on it, but no one quite remembers what it was built to honor. Near the river stands a modest shrine, worn smooth by time and weather. It was once dedicated to a god, but now few pray to it, mostly used as sort of a shelter during storms. Candles are lit more out of habit than so in reverence. But the town is a place of routine, morning bells, evening lamps, familiar faces. It's the kind of town where everything happens quietly. Nothing really changes until it does. So, Logan, why don't you describe in the town of Bramblewake where you would be on a weekday such as today?
I would be in my church, my chapel, preaching the good word to my humble congregation.
And how many followers would your congregation have on an average day? And is this a daily task?
It's a moderate or a modest amount, probably like 8.
Okay. Fairly
Small.
average for the small town.
Yeah, a little niche.
Mm-hmm.
And it usually is every day. Every day
Okay.
I'll go out and preach.
And then, Ethan, when is Thomas? What is Thomas doing on a day like today?
Probably roaming the streets. Maybe just doing his chores. He usually doesn't debate until later in the day when the crowds have really gathered around the preachers, getting food and such.
Mm-hmm. And how about
Unknown.
the nameless one?
He would probably be just out and about buying goods and stuff, visiting the shops,
Browse.
mingling with villagers and whatever.
Cat calling the wenches.
And in an afternoon, like today, what is Erda doing at the tavern?
Idra.
Idra. What is Idra doing?
Idra's doing her normal chores, taking drinks around to the locals who stay there in the day. Normally it's, one or two who are familiar faces and trying to keep low from her enslaver, her barkeep.
Does she have a good relationship with her barkeep, or is this
No.
no
It's lots of yelling.
lots of yelling?
Maybe dreaming of what she would do if she got free.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So, and Logan, remind me, Kier is your character's name?
Yes, sir.
So, at your monastery, your chapel of faith, you're out giving a sermon, following most likely what would be your traditional speech of how people need to be preparing for the end of days and how their sins need to be washed and cleansed. Beside you is Brother Caldus, a priest or a shrine keeper of sort of what would be viewed as a now quiet god inside of the chapel. He's sort of a gentleman. He's relatively stubborn and hopeful. He supports the words of his good preacher Kier. However, you've noticed some signs about him that maybe his faith has been wavering. He's been tending to the daily tasks at the shrine and staying dutiful. But there are some body language and prayer that you can see where perhaps his faith is beginning to fade. And today, for some reason, it's been especially strong. His eyes are awake. His head isn't knelt. After you finish giving your daily preaching, he approaches you and he says, "Father Cure, I have something I must confess.
What is it, Brother Caldus?
I've been struggling lately in the faith. It feels as if our God has gone quiet. The light that once touched my heart no longer burns as bright as it used to. You preach of these ends of days, and I read of them in our writings, but what is it that makes you so sure that the time is coming?"
Brother Caldus, you embody one of these signs. Our sacred texts say that even those part of the faith will have their flames go dim.
I see. And while I wouldn't argue with what you say, but wouldn't you argue back that perhaps the flame has gone dim because there has been no sign, there has been no end of days, that maybe we're preaching the wrong thing?
A fair question indeed, my son. However, isn't that what our whole purpose as men of the faith is? To preach even without knowledge or assurance that things may come to pass. Don't we give all to our God, even if it may seem hopeless? That's what true faith means.
I am sorry, Father Kier. I do not wish to offend. what task do you have for me for these before the next preaching?
Repent. You may sit and rest and listen to my words and feel what it is that our God would wish of you.
Thank you, Father. Moving over to our unnamed character. As you are kind of browsing the streets, just looking for your daily marketplace finds, maybe some food and drink, you notice somebody familiar standing in the marketplace, kind of off in the shadows, off down an alleyway, just sort of looking out over the marketplace. You don't know their name, but you do recognize them as being a common sight in the marketplace. They're cloaked. You've never heard them speak, and they always observe. You kind of glance away for a moment, and as you look back to where this stranger that for some reason in such a small town nobody has recognized and nobody has really it hasn't really piqued their interest in why they're there. You glance back to see this person, and you see them slip away into the shadows.
Must have been the wind. Can I go over there and investigate where I saw him?
Sure. Go ahead and make an investigation check with +0.
It's 14.
Okay, so as you kind of go over to the alleyway, it's mid-afternoon. It's relatively light outside. But as you get into this alleyway, it feels and it looks a little bit darker than it should be. You see this person kind of in the cloak, kind of turn a corner behind one of the houses that is bordering this, creating this alleyway and bordering the marketplace, and they continue walking.
I sort of like look around to see if anyone like noticed it, but I realize like I'm just another person in the crowd, and I followed in deeper.
So as you continue making your way down this alleyway, you turn the corner, and to your surprise, you don't see anyone. There's no shadowed figure, just a long stretch of alley, once again, where two houses meet, creating a kind of a shadowy or shadowed area.
Am I like in an intersection of alleyways, or just like
It's just sort of a long one,
long hallway?
just where a couple buildings make it up.
Do I see any footprints or anything that would give me any indication as to where he might have gone?
So you look around, checking for any kind of footprints, and surprisingly, you don't see any. What you would usually find in the dirt doesn't seem to be appearing. You see just sort of the traditional, rocks, dirt, maybe some animal footprints that have been walking by, but none that really stand out to you as potentially another person. And that darkness that you sort of felt was a little bit unnatural begins to rise from around the shadows, leaving it back to where it's sort of just a slight gentle shade from the buildings.
I'll sort of shrug my shoulders and act like it was nothing, even though I'm kind of disgruntled inside. I can kind of feel the dark ickiness, but I get out of there to get away from that feeling.
Must have been the wind.
Must have been.
So you make your way back into the marketplace and continue your browsing while we make our way over to Idra. Barmaid? Where are those potatoes?
I think we served those. Would you like a drink?
What do you mean we don't serve those? This is your
Master.
your master talking to you, Halrin Voss. He kind of calls out for your name. He says, "We're running low. You better get those over there. You're working late tonight."
All right, on my way.
So you make your way back into the kitchen where some of the cooks are supposed to be prepping some classic garlic potatoes, well known throughout the town, highly sought after. The cooks aren't quite done prepping the potatoes, and you hear his voice once again calling through the kitchen, "Barmaid, bring them potatoes!"
Do I know the cook's name?
Yes, one is Frederick, and the other is Sam.
Frederick, how fast can you make those?
Look, Idra, I'm going as fast as I can. I'm sorry. I know he kind of takes it out on you, but I'm going as fast as I can. It's going to be at least a few more minutes.
Just give me one serving and cook the rest.
Are you sure? He might be really mad if you take out one serving and the rest of the crew doesn't get any.
It's worth it.
All right, so he hands you kind of that serving, that platter of potatoes, and what do you do with it?
Take it out to my enslaver,
Howrin.
Alrin.
Slaver.
So you come around the corner and you bring out that serving of potatoes, and before you see Howrin Voss standing in front of you. He's a tall man. He's actually well renowned throughout the town as being a fair and just person. He's wouldn't be considered a hero by any means, but he is a man of strong conviction. And this is where kind of your perception of him falters with the rest of the town's view, where the town relatively has a relatively positive view of Howrin. You have an extremely negative view because of the circumstances that you're in underneath him. He says, "Thank you, barmaid. Where are the rest?"
They'll be out in a second. I just need a few more minutes.
He kind of grunt and then shoos you off, and he actually takes those potatoes from the corner of your eye. You can see him kind of taking them to one of the richer nobles in the town. When you go back, you see Frederick and Sam prepping the potatoes, and they're hurrying as fast as they can. And Frederick accidentally tips one of the platters of potatoes off onto the floor, setting you back at least another 20 minutes in prep time.
Frederick, do you know what this is going to do to me?
I'm sorry, Idra. There's nothing I can do about it.
You owe me 2 more coins from your shift next week. I'm covering for you.
All right. That's fair enough. And as you say this is sort of one of your most common ploys that you take with Frederick and Sam in the kitchens, is you kind of extort them for any spare change and money that they make at any mistake, in hopes that you can pay off your indenturement, of course.
Of course.
Maybe not necessarily the most moral way, but...
Who said? I mean, genetically, didn't come from great lines.
Okay, coming over to Thomas. Thomas is out making his way around the town looking for people to argue with. Thomas, who are your targets on an average day?
Oftentimes it's the fish market. They're trying to swindle me every time I go there.
Mm-hmm. So it's the fish market.
It's always the fish market.
It's the fish.
Fish people.
So you stop by this small river that kind of intersects with one of the main roads leading into the town. Down at the fish market, you can see a few stands that are set up with the typical figures out selling their fish. You approach one of the more common fishermen that are out there, Harold, and you kind of go down there. And what's your approach when you approach Harold? What do you say to him?
Now, Harold, don't try to spike me on this one. I know what that fish is worth, and it's not what you think.
I never swindled you for nothing, Thomas.
What about last week? You think a halibut's worth 4 coins? I went over the street. They said it was worth 2.
Look,
I should
gotta
bring the
sell it
guards
at a
over
price.
here right now.
What we live in a capitalist society. They're not going to arrest me for selling it for what I want to sell for.
They might.
Nope, they won't. You
I
sound
pay
like
them.
a fascist.
Now, listen, Harold. We don't need to get into it.
I will sell you this here fish, this halibut, for 3 coin.
Well, here's the thing. I got 4 coins and I need 2 fish.
Well, how about that?
That
dang sucks there, don't it?
Well, just give me your smaller fish and your halibut, and we'll call it good.
He's like, you know what? I can make that or deal. He pulls out the halibut. It's an average-sized fish from the river. I don't even know if halibut swim in rivers.
I don't know.
In this river, they
From
do.
the water.
And then he pulls out a can of sardines and tosses you a sardine, kind of just towards you.
And then I toss him 2 coins.
Now, hear me. You said 4 coins for this here halibut and your smallest fish, and that's what I gave you.
I did not say the smallest fish.
You said
now.
the smallest
The smallest fish. Come on. Let's not get into it now. You're trying to scam me again.
Look here. I've got Jessica, and like his wife pops out from underneath the table, and he's like, she's like, listen here, boy. I heard you say 4 coin for 2 fish, one of them being the smallest.
Well, now you're just making stuff up. I never
I
said
got a
that.
witness. Why don't we call the guards right now?
Let's call the guards right now.
All right. So she runs off to go get the guards, and he just kind of stands there glaring at you.
Come on now, Harold. This is really good for business.
You're really gonna listen to
let's
your
just-
ball
let's
and
just-
chain?
What do you mean good for business? This is my livelihood. It is good for business if I sell it for more.
You're gonna sell less over time, though. It's a numbers game, Harold.
All right, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
How about this numbers game?
9. Do I count my?
Nope, it's 0. No stats.
Level 0 civilian.
Boy, I'm done sick of dealing with you. You just stay right here till the guards get here.
All right, you drive a hard bargain, Harold. I toss him the other coin.
All right. Good deal in business with you, as always, Thomas.
And I'll walk off.
And you walk off. Okay, so as you guys are going about your kind of day-to-day business, there's a sharp kind of kind of crisp, cold air cuts through the town. It's a little bit chilling, a little off-putting. You guys are in sort of a centralized coastal town, or near coastal town, I would say. A few, maybe 50 to 100 miles off the coast, but enough that you're usually getting some kind of warm breezes through. It's very unfamiliar to get kind of a cold snap, but it does feel extremely cold as this comes through. What are you thinking as you feel this kind of shiver in the air?
It's unusual, but it kind of reminds me of home because I am from the north originally. And it makes me reminiscent of the colder environment up there.
How about you, Idra?
I think it's mighty odd, but it brings in more people to the tavern and to the hearth, and I think it's hopeful because more tips, more money.
And how about you, the nameless one?
I am freezing. I'm like California, like kind of Daisy person,
Mhm.
So I immediately head toward the tavern, trying to get out of that cold.
Right. And how about you, Thomas?
I'm thinking, this sucks.
So
Super cynical.
First my fish, now the weather.
So you make your way over to the tavern and you open the door, and inside you see a relatively full tavern. It's a pretty large temperature drop, so people aren't used to it, and they're kind of filing into the tavern, shutting down the market for the day. It's still relatively light outside, but being in a small town, it's not uncommon for people to kind of shut down early and just take a break for the day. Idra, you see this figure walk in, and go ahead and describe what you look like as you walk into the tavern.
All right. So as I walk in, I'm not wearing very weather clothes that would be good for this type of weather. Obviously, I'm in very open kind of clothes. I have a vest on, long sleeves. Shirt is kind of open down the chest a little bit. It's like a very large V-neck. Think Flynn Rider from Tangled a little bit. He's got a goatee, immaculate hair, and he has a good nose.
I was gonna ask.
He has a good nose, sharp eyebrows, just really he looks like a happy person, but clearly he's just trying to get out of the cold and figured tavern's the best place to go, get some warm drinks and hang with some folks.
Mm-hmm. And Idra, as you come around delivering these potatoes that are finally finished and a few more coins in your pocket, what does Idra look like?
Idra's just a young, scrawny girl. She doesn't really have much to her, and she moves fast on her feet. That's what she's been doing for her life. So she, she's in a skirt and a blouse. Nothing crazy. Nothing you would blink at or notice.
Mm-hmm. As this happens, you, as you're tending to all the people who are coming into the tavern, there is a loud bang, a sharp crack echoes through the air, and just like that cold snap is gone. All of a sudden, the air around you begins to tighten. You begin to feel not hot, not cold anymore, just tense. The sound around you dulls as it kind of feels like you've been deafened, cotton being stuffed into your ears. People begin filing outside looking for the source of this sound, this crack that's shot through the air. As you're looking around, you glance upward and you see the sky fracture around you. Massive tears and gaps rip through the air. Not just kind of the clouds splitting, but the sky itself. Jagged seams of blinding light rip open the blue sky, stretching across the horizon. Behind it, you see vast shapes moving, kingdoms in the background, unfinished things, cataclysms of the past, volcanoes erupting. You see these echoes kind of reflected in the gaps in the air of the sky. All of a sudden around you, people begin falling. They begin falling to the ground, and then you start to feel unstable as you kind of are glancing around, unsure of what's happening. People begin floating up into the air. Gravity seems to be affecting people differently. Some people are falling to the ground as if they're being pulled or vacuumed to the ground. Others are floating and scrambling midair, trying to pull themselves or swim back to the ground. You see kind of these splitting gaps in the ground, opening fissures around you. People begin falling, screaming into the ground, only to be closed up once again and consumed by the earth. The stone around you in the streets and the mountain splits. Water from the river begins to reverse direction. It begins to flood into the streets of the town, only to be washed back and drag people back into the river, drowning them. Reality around you begins to tear. Go ahead and have everybody make a athletics check. So just +0 to grab onto something as gravity begins to flip for you.
16.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
14.
Okay. So Kier and Thomas are able to snag onto a building or a structure nearby and prevent themselves from being floated into the air. As the two that were near the tavern, Idra and the unnamed one, begin to float in the air. You begin scrambling around frantically, trying to grasp a hold of something as you begin floating upwards towards these rips in the sky. Thomas, near you, you see Harold, the fisherman, begin to float up into the air. What do you do?
Like by me?
Yep, just right next to you at the fisherman's stand.
Is there anyone watching?
His wife is just coming back, but she's just kind of screaming and running back to where Harold was. Everyone else is kind of freaking out. You just let him go?
I let him go.
Okay, so Harold screams at you. What are you doing? Help me!
It costs 2 coins.
Harold begins to float off into the air
The spike.
around you. As you guys are floating into the air, you begin to see the others that were kind of affected in the gravity in this way all of a sudden drop just around you, one at a time, hundreds of feet up into the air. You just see them start falling, one after another. Just one, a few seconds, and then another, and they just fall. And as you're floating up in the air, you see their bodies just crumple and hit the ground. Splotches of color burst out from where their bodies are. Some are hitting buildings. Others are taking out other people. It just slowly becomes like a violent massacre of bodies just hailing from the sky. Ethan, as Harold floats up into the air, he makes it up about 50 feet or so before he flips gravity, or his gravity flips, and he tumbles and just shoots to the ground, hitting the top of the fisherman's stand, breaking his back and folding over it before crumpling to the ground in front of you.
I flinch, but like in like a, man, I'm glad I didn't risk trying to grab him.
Then, near you, Idra, you begin freaking out. You see people falling around you. You're making it maybe 30, 40 feet in the air, and then you begin to fall. You're tumbling straight down towards the ground at sort of a breakneck speed. And you see this barmaid shoot past you, just tumbling down. Do you do anything? The unnamed one.
Can I reach out to grab her on her way?
Go
maybe
ahead
slow her
and
down?
make a shrink check with no
Salute as she
bonus.
flies by. 18.
Okay.
Dang.
So as this relatively small, lightweight barmaid shoots past you, you shoot out your arm and you're able to snag her by the forearm and hang her, or not hang her, hang her, and grab a hold of her before she plummets and hits the ground.
Does she pull me down too?
You do kind of sag down a little bit, as if you had hit sort of a rebound. Logan, as Kier is holding on outside, maybe to a pillar of the chapel, the gravity finally reverses back for you, and you plant your feet on the ground. Turning behind you, you see Brother Caldus?
Caldus, yeah.
Yeah, Brother Caldus kneeling at the steps of the chapel, just praying fervently out loud, tears streaming down his face. He doesn't run, he doesn't hide. He just kneels on the steps of the chapel outdoors, praying.
You're like, my work here is done.
What is Kier thinking in this moment as he sees these people falling from the sky and falling into these rifts opening up underneath the town?
He's almost like excited because finally the things he's been preaching for so long are coming true.
Right.
And he almost gets like the prideful thought of like, oh, I told you so. But he quickly is like,
Pride is a sin.
pride
Right.
is the killer.
Simply like
And
there's
so-
people falling from the skies.
Right. And so he goes to Brother Caldus And he goes, "My son, this is what we have been teaching the people. This is what our lives have led to. Now, everything is in the hands of God."
With that, there is a sudden freeze as you and Idra, as you're kind of sagging down to the ground with her combined weight, are dropped the last few feet. Go ahead and make a dexterity check to kind of roll away from the fall. Okay.
16.
So, Idra, you're able to kind of stumble out of the 10 to 12 foot fall with maybe nothing but a sprained ankle. While beside you, the one who caught you, this figure, he kind of crumples to the ground, and you kind of hear this splintering break as your shin just gives out underneath you. You kind of crawl away from the center of this marketplace where the tavern leads down into the main road, and you crawl away from this body that just hits the ground next to you as the remaining bodies begin falling, or people begin falling out of the air. After everyone has fallen, there's a split second where nothing is happening. It's silent, and you can look around and you can see the carnage. And then you hear another crack as the buildings begin misbehaving. Towers and houses begin bending sideways, folding into themselves. Some of the buildings, you can see reflections of itself on the other side as it kind of melds into the neighboring buildings. The streets around you begin stretching and overlapping. As you look around, you can see alleyways, not just one time, but sometimes twice or three times. People running down that alleyway, you'll see a version of them running, and then it will kind of shimmer, and you'll see them running again from the same position, and then again as they get stuck in this loop of running away from this itself. People around you are screaming as buildings topple, crushing those who were around you. People begin to run and flee for cover. As people begin to sprint away, you begin to see them vanishing mid-step. They take one step, and you turn your head, and then they're gone. Just vanished into thin air. Sometimes they would reappear, but only for moments before they vanish once again. Inside of the alleyways, the shadows made by the buildings begin lagging as they twist and contort. You have these buildings twisting and falling, and where you would expect the shadow to kind of move with the building, you see it stay and remain in one place. The faces around you begin to blur and sharpen, kind of twisting and contorting into unfamiliar faces, sometimes back into the same face that you saw, but never quite the exact same. All of a sudden, you begin to feel your own thoughts become slippery. Your mental state becomes loose. You start to feel the physical manifestation of your memories begin to leave your body. Go ahead and make a check for me with +0.
15.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
10.
Okay, so Idra and Kira, as you feel this manifestation of your identity begin to ooze out of your mind, I need you to take a memory or trait about your character that you're going to lose at this time, as you're not quite able to grasp your permanent identity.
What? Loses my memory of you? Okay. I lose the memory of Thomas and the arguments and heated debates
Okay.
we often had.
I lose what I was trying, why I wanted money. I lose my will and my drive.
Okay. So as you feel these physical manifestations leave your body, all of a sudden you're left kind of stunned, thinking, who am I? I feel like there was something else, a part of me that maybe was missing. As this happens, you look around and you see very unfamiliar faces. you can't quite put your tongue on who they are, or even if they were people that you might have recognized.
Could I change my thing I lose?
Sure.
Instead of just Ethan, I forget everyone from the city.
From the city.
Just
Okay.
everyone. I forget
All
who
identities.
they all are.
Okay. Finally, there is a shockwave again after a moment of pause that rolls through the air. It's force without direction. Candles extinguish. Fires freeze mid-flicker, holding their position. Across from you, you see Brother Caldus speaking his prayer. As he says his prayer, the light from the prayer begins to, the feeling of the genuineness of the prayer leaves. They're empty, hollow words now, mouthed, unanswered, and unfinished. He pauses mid-prayer, thinking, what's the point? There is none. The symbols of your gods, the shrines, the bells that once rang over the chapel begin to split and crack as it crumbles to the ground around you. Magic, if any of you have any kind of magic or have seen magic, begin to scream. You hear people kind of let out this screaming whisper as their last breath leaves their body. But inside your bones, you feel any kind of power just begin to tear loose, specifically from our religious man. The faith you once had doesn't feel guided anymore. It doesn't feel like that fundamental anchor that it once was.
Lost the flame.
So I'll go ahead and have Kira make a wisdom check.
19.
Okay. So with this wisdom check, you now have kind of put together that something is different with the gods. What was once sort of a distant relationship is now actively distanced. There is something that's physically separating you from that relationship. It doesn't mean, you still believe and you can still feel their presence, but there is something more that's separating you than just the distance and the inconsistency that you once had with them. As the tearing and the ripping of the separating of the floor and the ground around you begins to slow, something else begins. You see these pale wisps of light begin to bleed out of a damaged world. These wisps of light immediately begin to cling onto anything they can, people, places, and they're trying to find some kind of shape, some kind of meaning. They flicker and stretch and settle into forms. Sometimes it's people that you saw just disappear right in front of you. Other times it's a small version of a building or an item laying on the ground. As these wisps begin to form these familiar silhouettes of what was once called Bramblewake. But in these silhouettes, you can see that something is wrong. Their hair is pushed to the wrong side, maybe in a mirror reflection of themselves. They have kind of physical manifestations of a deformity of some sort. They're not quite ghosts. You can't hear anything. They don't speak. But they are fragments of memories that have been torn and ripped apart and repatched back into this reality. During this moment, you see these echoes, and they begin to imitate the actions of those that you once knew, just going about their daily business. They do not seem like they're actively moving towards people now that they've kind of settled, but they are kind of just existing. And then finally it stops. The sky begins to seal itself, but it leaves behind visible scars, sort of like a cracked pane of glass. The ground begins to settle, but it doesn't fit together properly. Pieces of road are in the wrong places. Buildings are twisted and morphed into each other. The plant life doesn't feel natural anymore. The screams of people around you fade and are replaced by kind of a stunned silence. You hear these distant sobbing sounds from those who have survived this apocalyptic event. Bramblewake and Kale as a whole has endured, but it is no longer whole. Those who survived kind of look at each other with an unspoken realization that whatever was today might no longer ever be or ever exist again. So what are you thinking after witnessing all of this and somehow just briefly missing death?
I'm thinking there's some opportunity here. So I'm going to go around and just kind of explore what's happened.
Mm-hmm. As you make your way through Bramblewake, you see kind of what I described before, these horrific deformities in the land around you, the buildings around you. You see people kind of that don't quite look human anymore. You notice bits and pieces of what would have been, stonework, thatching, plants, baskets, foods, sort of fused with their bodies. You see what were once the kind of prolific churches in Bramblewake crumbled to the ground. You see religious symbols cracked and hollow on the inside. You see these twisted roads that begin to lead into places that they shouldn't be, into the backs of houses. Occasionally you see a flicker, a memory, a reflection of something that used to be in the town that you recognize as no longer being there. But you see it sort of through your mind's eye, and it just keeps staying there every time you glance in that direction. You're reminded of what it was, but you're not just reminded of it, you're actively seeing it in some way. What are you doing, the nameless one? What are you thinking?
Is he still by me? Can I
Yes,
ask him
you
if
guys
he's
are-
okay?
Yeah.
As I've seen all the horrific things happen, I want to go up to him and say thank you and ask him if he's okay.
I sort of stand up, my leg now like magically healed, but it's different and weird. It's bent the wrong way. It doesn't look human per se. You can also see on the top of my head that there's a pair of antlers. And I don't know what's going on. My head's sort of like leaning all weird. They're small antlers, so it's not like the most heavy thing.
Like a giant
Like a
Six-point
moose.
six-point buck.
Yeah, not like that. They're small.
He's a little babysitter.
But I stand up and kind of flop back down on my butt, and I'm just entirely confused. I have no idea about anything. The smile that you've seen on my face before from coming into the tavern and just greeting townsfolk, if you remember me, is just not there anymore. I look like just my soul is just not there anymore. I'm empty. What'd you say again?
Can you stand?
I try and get up and I just stumble again. I'm like dizzy. I don't know. Can't handle it.
I don't know what happened. This has never happened before. Let's go back to the bar. There'll be help.
Okay. And I
try
reach
to,
an
like-
arm out to see if you would help me up. And I guess we shuffle back into the bar if it's still there.
Can I like put his arm around me and
Mhm.
also like check his pockets for money?
Oh,
Sure.
wait, I thought you lost that. I thought you lost that.
No, I lost what I wanted to do with that.
Oh, but you
For
still-
some
but she's
reason,
still.
she still has
it's a
the
creature
urge.
of habit. I'm
She's
like
got
I'm
it.
like Gollum.
So as you go ahead and make a
Check his pockets.
just a check since you still are unstatted right
Bunch of
now.
scumbags.
I can't.
in
Do
the
I have to
party.
counter roll?
It's a 10.
10. Sure. Go ahead.
Also 10.
Go again, Brio.
Defense wins.
Ty goes to the attacker.
Ooh. Okay, so as you kind of feel around, as you're helping this deformed freak into the tavern, you feel around and you find a few coins in his pocket and you snag them
Can
and
I?
pocket them.
How many are there?
We'll say 3.
I'll take 2, leave 1.
Take 2, leave
Oh,
1.
Yeah.
so
There's
kind.
2/3 moral.
Yeah.
So yeah, you snag a few coins, you help him into what remains of the tavern. As you make your way inside, you see that the tavern itself has just completely flipped on its side. The tables are all crashed in front of this strange alleyway that just pulls you down into the bottom of the tavern. Not an alleyway, but just an opening that just sort of drops you as you walk along the wall that would have been open on the inside, but not on
Can
the outside.
I yell for my enslaver?
Sure.
Enslaver.
Halrin.
Halrin, are you in here?
You shout out for Halloran and you hear this groan from one of the tables that you can see kind of flipped as if you just tipped the building and all the tables fell to one side. You hear a groan coming from underneath this pile of tables.
We gotta. I mean, he's not much, but he's family. I gotta help him.
Okay, let's help him.
I push him in. I'm just kidding.
I just flop over.
Okay, so you begin moving the tables and searching for Halloran. What is Kier?
Kier.
What is Kier doing / thinking right now? What has happened to Kier during this event?
Can his entire congregation be either dead or just like screwed up or missing or whatever?
Sure.
So, and he lost his memory of all the people in the town.
Mm-hmm.
And so he, in his head, he is just like, essentially.
When you say lost his memory of them, do you mean like their faces, their names, the details, or like
Like
Do you
if
remember that
I
he's a
if I
priest?
ran into Thomas, I would have
so
no
the
recognition.
recognition?
Do you
Yeah,
know
so
what you're like doing?
I
here,
know who
though?
I am,
Okay.
but in my mind, it appears that like I just like showed up just after this great
Gotcha.
cataclysm.
Some names and faces are just
Yeah.
foreign to you.
And
Cool.
so I still know I'm a priest and all that, but it's just like this huge cataclysm happened and I'm here afterwards and I go to my chapel and no one's there.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, I think that they were all unworthy and that's why they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
And-
is what's his butt there? The
Brother
other-
Caldus.
Yes.
Brother Caldus, we'll say that as you approach the chapel,
Mhm.
just inside of this crumbled archway where the chapel once stood, you see the crushed body of a scholar, a man wearing a monk's cloak, kneeling in front of him, and as if he was knelt in prayer. And at his hands, with sort of blood just streaming from underneath this large religious symbol that had cracked and fallen on him during this, you can see a religious text lying in his hands. For a moment, you see a flicker, as if the page had just changed. And then you see it again, as if the pages are turning. And every time the page turns, it reveals the same page that it was on before. And it only does this for a moment, just briefly flickering through them as you see them at the crushed body of this religious man.
I take the book.
So as you reach out grab this religious text. You have a memory of the religion itself, correct?
Yeah.
So as you grab it and look down and read the page, you see that it's only one scripture, one writing over and over again that says, there will be a time called the end of days, and the gods will be the ones to return to the beginning of the days. And it just repeats this scripture over and over again. And as you touch and as you read this scripture, you feel this force of energy enter inside of you. You feel this shiver of power. You feel this memory touch your mind as the entire readings of this book kind of infuse themselves into your mind, into your memory. As you look down at your hands, you see that you're no longer holding this text. But you feel kind of a rustle as the wind blows past your shoulder. And you find that each half of the book has been fused in its pages to the sides of your body.
Whoa. At that moment, in my mind, I come to the conclusion that I was the only one judged worthy of survival, and that it is now my sacred and righteous duty to still continue preaching, but instead of like preaching preparation for the end times, I preach judgment and yeah, I'll just go around and being like, this is the judgment of God. You who remain are to be judged by me.
Are you like out in the streets doing this?
I'm still just outside I guess I'm in the chapel right now.
He's having a revelation.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
is revelation I'm receiving. And so I decide that with these sacred texts that are embedded within me, I am like an arbiter of the gods, and it is my duty to deal their justice amongst the mortals.
Mm-hmm. So, Thomas, what are you doing as you stand underneath the broken body of Harold at the fish stand?
Kind of wince in memory of the flash of him falling down. But overall, there's not a wave of regret. There's a wave of self-preservation that in these new times, only one thing matters, and that's your own well-being. And he's going to walk around and try to find where the people are and who else is alive.
So walking around the town, after a few minutes, you realize that the vast majority of the town did not survive this event. Bodies are strewn everywhere. It feels very empty. Maybe 15 to 20 people surviving out of the few hundred that live there. After doing some kind of brief calculation, you realize that the majority of them just aren't here anymore. There aren't that many broken bodies to account for as many as that are missing. Briefly, while you're outside looking around, you see these sort of light wisps of energy sort of form around areas that were either originally there or are now broken and twisted. Occasionally you see one in the silhouette of a person that you might recognize from the town. This only lasts for a few minutes while you're wandering around outside, and then they begin to fade away, and you don't see them anymore. As you guys are in the tavern, you begin kind of scrambling and breaking apart pieces of the wood, trying to find whoever is groaning underneath them. After a few minutes, you're able to find the body of Halloran Voss. He's still alive, and as you pull him out of the kind of the wreckage from the broken tables, you can see that he's not quite human anymore. His skin has darkened into this sort of oakish color. It looks as if he's matching with the tables. He has splinters that kind of stick out of him, but not ones that he's been impaled by, but ones that maybe have splintered off of him as he was crushed by the falling tables. He groans and looks around at you, and he says, "Oh, what happened?"
Halloran, something went wrong. Everything's colliding. The planet's not right. I don't know what to do. And this guy saved me.
I wave weakly.
Oh, what in the hell? What is that? And as he like kind of looks at you, he points at you, and he notices that his hand is just covered in this sort of woody texture. And he says, what am I? What happened? He asks the same question again.
Things aren't right. It's eerie. I feel like I can't remember things.
Everything is different.
He says, well, that doesn't change the fact that I own you, girl.
Oh my. Wait, didn't you forget that? Wait, what part did you forget again?
I had a dream. I forgot my dream.
Oh. Like a freedom and stuff.
Yeah.
So you kind of just accepted life.
Yeah. But I still am loose morals. There's not a bar to serve, Halloran. Can I go out and see what happened?
He looks around and grunts, and he says, I suppose there's more important things than looking at the things around here. You know what I'm saying?
In my humble opinion, barkeep, you don't really have much of a bar to keep anymore.
He looks around and he says, I suppose people aren't going to be looking at me the same anymore. Let's go take a look outside and see what we can do. So as you guys make your way outside into the courtyard, you kind of glimpse the same thing that I explained to Thomas over here. These wisps of things appearing briefly for just a few moments and disappearing. And Kira, you see this as you exit the chapel as well. Inside of this main courtyard, you can see those who are survivors begin to gather in the town of Bramblewood. The town you knew no longer is fitting together in the same way that it once did. The streets ending too soon, curving back into themselves, buildings leaning at impossible angles, foundations missing or even just misaligned, as if the ground forgot where they once stood. Many homes are crushed, while others are completely untouched, preserved with sort of an unsettling precision amongst the ruin. The market square is no longer square. The dry fountain that once stood has split down the middle, the basin folding inward and cracking like broken ribs. One side of the plaza is scorched, black and glassy, while another side of the square, or the no longer square, is left where it was, people cowering and hiding underneath their stands while all of this happened. Footprints cross across the ground and immediately stop with no sign in where they could have gone, as if the owners had just stepped out of the world. The river is no longer flowing as it did. In places it runs backwards, in others it pools, pushing its own current before spilling over the banks and allowing a small stream to continue downward or upward. Fish are floating motionless in the stream. Some are casting faint reflections above where the corpses of the fish lie, sort of wisps of energy taking the form and swimming through the air before vanishing. The old bridge that crosses the main river into the town still stands, but it leaves this pressure, this build up on your mind, that something is failing, at least within the town. The shrine by the river has also collapsed inward. The bell cracked and embedded in the mud. The carvings, worn away almost completely, now are flat, as if they were sanded after millennia, and perfectly shaped. Candles lie across the floor, some burning untouched, while others while others are blown out. There are survivors, not very many like I described before. Some are in conversation, trying to make sense of what just happened. Others are kind of trying to do what they can to make a place to stay as the night comes in close. But homes that feel occupied are now empty. Entering and cleaning out some of these buildings as you work with the townspeople to try and make sense of what is going on. You enter these buildings that are completely empty and feel completely full. Sounds kind of reflect and bounce off of the walls around you. Bramblewake has survived only barely the Sundering, but it is no longer whole. The town is quieter now, no longer peaceful and always listening. The town itself listens, wondering who will stay and who will leave, and who has returned in a form that should not possibly exist. What was once a place you called home, a place you lived, is nothing but a memory. Not in just the way that you remember it, but a memory that is moving and alive. The town itself is now some kind of energy about it, something that just doesn't quite feel natural. And that is the end of... Oh, wait, no, it's not the end. It's almost the end.
The end of the beginning.
That is almost the end of the first day.
End of prologue.
As you guys are moving around the town and working on kind of trying to figure out what's going on, figuring out who survived, Idra can be seen kind of scrambling through the marketplace, initially looking for things to help with, like the rest of you. But Idra, as you are scrambling through the marketplace, you see a kind of a flickering stone on the ground, a large jewel.
I simply cannot resist.
As you...
Women.
this is in the center of the
I want
marketplace.
to see it on my finger.
You approach the jewel and you see this strange flicker on the jewel. It changes colors, but you mistake it as just the light changing and shifting around it. You reach out. Do you pick up the jewel?
Yes.
So as you reach out to grab the jewel, you feel this shock, this echo, kind of fill your body. And as this happens, starting at the hand where you reached out and grabbed the jewel, you begin to kind of crust over. The jewel spreads, kind of covering your body from the fingers. It begins to make its way up your arm. It gets to your elbow, and you realize you can't move your elbow anymore. It makes its way to your shoulder. You start to feel tight, encased. It spreads across your chest and down your legs to your hips. You begin to feel heavy. Your arms kind of forced to stay in a position, but still holding the weight of this material that's encasing you. It finally begins to make its way after encasing your entire torso, your legs, your chest, your arms. It makes its way up to your neck, and you begin to realize that that this might be it. And as it slowly covers up your face, your eyes, your ears, the rest of you can see this happening as you're out in the courtyard, just at the last kind of set of the sun. She's in the central marketplace. And then finally you feel it cover your nose, your mouth. You lose all consciousness as you can't breathe. You begin to suffocate inside of this encasing, and then everything goes black.
Would I have seen Logan?
Would you have seen
Would I
Logan?
have seen the preacher?
Have I walked back?
You
Have I
probably
walked past him?
noticed him just in town trying to. You're all still just wandering, trying to figure out what all just happened.
As I was walking back to the town, I was grappling in my mind as to like why I was still here and not taken up and brought to the gods as
Mhm.
like heaven or paradise. And I'm so delusional at this point and like with everything that's happened that I just cannot accept that those that are like righteous and worthy would be taken up, but
I would
be
probably
left here instead.
go up to Logan to try to start an argument and be like,
Old heads.
explain this, preacher.
Because I don't remember anyone from here. But in my mind, when like people come up and they go, "Oh, Father Kier," I think that they know me because I'm like a prophetic
Yeah.
messenger
You're
that like I was
famous.
prophesied
Yeah.
in the scriptures. So when people say like, "Oh, Father Kier," I just like, I'm a prophetic being. They know
It just adds
It
to your.
further
I'm
adds-
known.
Yeah.
I'm known throughout the lands.
Your God complex.
Yeah, exactly. And so Thomas comes up.
Father Kier, would you like to explain what has happened? Is this in your book?
It is. And I show him my books. I have
shoulders.
I have book arms. And I go, "The gods have bestowed a miracle upon me. I am their messenger now. This world has been judged, and those who remain have been found worthy."
And I kind of like scoff under my breath, but like not enough for him to hear. And I go, me? And I go, you do remember me, Father.
"I have no memory of you, my son."
And then like the gears start to turn.
Oh.
Go on, Father.
"I have never been to this town before.
I am your boss, actually.
I have been placed here by the gods to serve extra judgment."
This makes so much sense, Father Kier.
"Yes, how else would you have known my name, and I not yours?"
You know what this means, right? You must go and spread your word and gather the people.
"Yes, I must. I must gather as many as will listen."
Shall we venture into town, Father Kier, to the center, so you can explain to these imbeciles who have not been listening to your word?
"Yes, we must."
Okay, so you make your way
So
to the
that's how
central
we end up in the.
central marketplace. You see this kind of stone encased being, this frozen statue of what once was. And we'll say that the nameless one witnessed this
Let's just
happen
say
in
I was
front of
next
him.
to her.
Yeah.
I'm just like sitting down, just kind of staring in shock at her. I'm I'm still just like so dumbfounded by everything I have, just confused and crying and.
So you guys see him kind of kneeling at this stone, human-like structure as you enter the central marketplace.
I take a look around and I walk up and I go, "People, my children." And I try and get everybody's attention.
I go, gather round. We have been blessed by a great one. And if you do not listen, you will not last another day. It is the end times, as was prophesied by Father Cure.
I go, "The gods have judged this world, and those who remain are blessed. Look at these individuals," and I gesture to these two and the barkeep.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, "Look at how they've been changed. A miracle from the gods. No other explanation can be because of this." And I go, "Look at what has befallen me. None other than the sacred texts embedded within me, proving I am a true emissary."
I listen with like interest. This seems like a possible way to like some sort of salvation in this crazy times.
It is.
So
Good.
it's during this
Father.
moment as you look towards Urda's kind of stone encased body, unmoving, cold, Idra's stone encased body. You see, you begin to realize that she's not just changed, but she has been completely
She's calcified.
calcified.
Oof. She has been judged unworthy.
A traitor to what we all stand for.
A heretic. Heed my warning.
And then you begin to hear the townsfolk. Yeah.
You must repent. Seek peace and
Make
conversion
peace
to
with
the
your
Lord.
God.
Peace with your God, or you may end up like her.
Those who don't follow shall be smitten.
And with that, the townspeople sort of begin to gather around you, kind of with interest, listening. And as you look to the unnamed one, you kind of grab him and you bring him close and say, "See here, he has been altered, but not forsaken." And the townspeople begin to wonder who else has been altered, and they look amongst themselves, looking for others who have been changed and made like them, made
They've
like
been
you.
chosen.
And they begin to step forward and ask you, "What about me? What about me?" What do you say to them?
Those who have been touched by the hand of the gods are the chosen. We, those like us, it is our duty to spread the word to any survivors who are left.
And with that, we'll end the prelude to our campaign number 3.
Wow.
Incredible.
That's pretty dope. Dang. Sad to see
Wild.
you go in such a dramatic fashion.
Idra's dead.
Urdra.
Idra.
Urda's dead.
I was so anti.
It was like my
Nobody
only
was
friend.
watching.
No, I was there. I was witnessing
town
it.
He was literally holding your hand as you
As
froze.
you,
Calcified.
as you
No.
jammed.
calcified.
I don't
Thanks.
need this. I have a million
Okay, so
spell
Well, I'm
sheets.
dead, so I don't need it.
Or are you?
so now for you guys, we're gonna go ahead and do a public
Stats.
stat roll.
Oh boy.
Apologies.
This determines what weapon I use.
So remember kind of what you're shooting for. We're gonna go one at a time, one stat at a time, and then we'll call it a session.
Are we doing the 4d6s or are we doing just d20?
Probably do 46.
4d6s take the highest 3.
Because do you remember we did? You could pick between the two.
You could gamble with a
You
d20.
could gamble with the 20.
So you get like a 3
It's
in
just so
intelligence.
bad.
But it
it's-
could be really
could be
good.
really
Could get a
good.
20.
You could also get 4 6s.
All right, we're gonna allow the gamble. So
Statistically.
you can run the 20 or you can run the 4 6.
But once you choose one, you have to stick with it.
yeah,
with
but
the
it's per
20
stat. It's per stat.
With the 20, you should be able to roll it
Suck, dude.
twice.
Oh, suck.
Nope, you get one roll. We get one roll for each.
I'm a
So
gambler.
we'll start
at
with
heart.
Logan.
Ethan,
What
think
stat are
about
you
this.
rolling for?
I pick which
Bro.
one, or can I not just roll
You
6
went
times and
positive.
pick and choose?
Otherwise,
No, we're gonna
Screwed.
go. You
Luck
have
is
to.
off.
Oh.
That's so lame. Otherwise, you're screwed.
Okay,
You
we'll
went
let you
gambling,
pick. We'll let you
you
pick.
went
That
out,
makes
you
more
got
sense.
money.
I'll get
So,
my
Your luck is
store
good.
of 6 rolls.
So
Okay.
I do feel like
Alrighty.
Logan gets for his first roll.
A 2.
Oh,
Alright, put that.
Or should you get 7?
He's
rolls so
running
you
the
can drop
20s.
one?
All right, we'll do this. We'll do this. If the majority of, if you do,
if they suck.
I don't get
How
the
do we wanna do
gamble.
this?
Why would anyone do the D20 if 4d6 is just
because you
better?
max out at 18.
46
with
is
with
the
3.
higher
No,
average.
So you're
46 is
taking-
24.
You can
You take
take
the
the
highest
highest
3.
3.
Oh.
So the
Yeah.
highest, I mean, the highest
So
you
you
can get
max
is
out at
18.
I see
18.
what you're
You're
saying.
gambling
Which is still really
with a
good.
2-point difference.
It makes a pretty big difference.
If you get
Yeah,
a
that
20.
plus 1.
Yeah, but
Okay,
who's-
so
all right.
7.
7.
Oh my
All right.
Is it really bad? 15.
15.
It's all right.
You running 20s the whole way?
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
Crazy.
15.
15. Not bad.
How many?
6.
18.
18. There
Dang.
you go.
You're just going to have like 2 trash stats and a bunch of
Yeah.
good ones.
Come on, 20. 16.
16.
That's pretty
Oh,
good.
That's
pretty
pretty
good,
solid, dude. You're actually
actually.
killing it on
That
the
is
20.
That
really
is pretty
good.
crazy.
That is
So that's
good.
all 6 years.
A 2 is like the
Okay,
worst.
who's up
You ain't
next?
doing
I'll also
anything in
roll
that
20.
You're
game.
gonna run.
You're
You're
dumb
gonna
as
do 20s for
rocks.
all of them. You don't have to do it for all of them. You can do it for like a few rolls. If
So
you
the
wanted to risk
question
it.
is,
Okay.
do I put a 2 in charisma? Because you're
I'm the
gonna
charisma
become
guy.
you're gonna
As long
become the
as I don't
speaker.
roll terrible. Then you
Right.
should be able to put it.
Because he's gonna become the prophet,
right,
And I'll be like
the
his
hand of
hand
Yeah.
essentially. So I could just bomb my charisma.
you'll
You're the
be
puppet
the
master?
you'll be like the
Yeah.
crucifier. You'll be his like right hand.
Yeah.
The what's it called?
You're the voice and
the
he's
cleanser.
the word.
You're the cleansing
Right.
tool.
Yeah.
All right, Ethan.
I'm his
Go ahead and
tool
make your
of
first
judgment.
20 d20 roll. What is it?
A 5.
5. All right.
Oh
Heck
my
yeah.
Running the
gosh.
20s is crazy.
18.
18. There you
Heck
go.
yeah.
There you
dude.
go.
I have a bad feeling.
Natural 1.
Oh no. That's all right. That's all
Rethink
right.
of the 20s.
-3. to
Don't worry,
something.
I've got a 2.
6.
Oh
All
my
right.
Oh
gosh.
no, dude.
You don't have to keep rolling 20s.
3.
He is a false priest.
16.
16. All right.
Oh my
Oh,
Is that all
wow.
6 of them?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are
We'll probably do 1 reroll per person. So, yeah, go ahead, Ethan.
I'm not being dumb. I'm gonna do some.
Come on.
Nah.
Come
I'll
on.
do like 3 of them, maybe. Actually, I don't even know if I want to do that, bro.
Just do start with one.
It's-
Start
it's-
with one.
It,
and
it
if
adds
not,
more to your
All right,
character.
Do the 20.
Oh. So that's 8.
Here, give him 2 more. 2 more.
Oh, I've got
sixes
one
so
right
you can
here.
keep them all out.
Plus 8, 16.
You take the highest 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
So it'd be 11
Come on.
14.
14.
Could have rolled a D20.
Could have
Just-
got.
you
Because
could've-
Logan
Do it
got pretty good
once.
ones.
You could have gotten a 20, dog.
True.
Yeah, we could get a 5, a 6, a
I'll
3,
do-
and a 1.
You can
3
roll.
and 3.
You can roll with Logan's 20.
Mine's lucky. I just bought it. First roll.
What you
4,
got?
4, and a
4,
2.
2. 10
Plus 0. At least it's not -2.
or 3. -3 for
I'll
the
do
one.
one more of these and I'll do 3 20s. 4, 4, and 6, so 14.
Go big.
See, he's averaging out small, but he could get some
I'll
big
give
boy
these back.
stats,
I'll
or he
do
could
the
get
20s
ones.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ethan, do you have the big bag of dice
Not in my.
at the apartment?
90,
Your
20.
20, 20, 20.
14.
14, not bad. Averaging out. He's going to be the most average guy out there.
3.
3. One more.
One more nat 20, baby. 12.
12.
Not
All
bad.
right. Not
Not
terrible
bad.
rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and
Average.
assign your
I'm not
That's
good at
actually
assign your
good.
scores with what you got.
What kind of monk did we talk about for me? It was a certain kind of monk.
Astral
Something.
path.
Astral.
I was looking. There's also a Path of the Beast.
I did see that one thing.
Yeah. But I didn't read any of its abilities.
I'll look into those.
I would have
Yeah.
got a 1 and a 20.
Yo.
There you go.
20 would have been.
Okay. So the question is,
Do we get a reroll?
Yeah.
I get a reroll.
Can we re-roll like 2?
Ethan should get a reroll.
Definitely get a re-roll.
I have 4 bad stats.
Ethan got screwed. I don't think
Alright.
I should reroll because I got really good.
The thing is, like, having low scores makes the character more interesting. Because if you're just average at anything, it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
I like having the low
But
scores.
also, like, if it's the point where he's like unable to do
yeah.
anything.
What
Yeah.
what are your scores?
because they're really bad.
16, 18, 3, 6, 1, 5.
3,
4 single
Alright.
digits.
You can have 2 rerolls.
1,
Those are
5.
really
What are yours, Ethan? Yours are pretty average. Yours are across the board. are pretty
5.
decent.
I have a
Heck
low
yeah.
of
You
3
can
and a high
replace
of
your 1.
14.
Nice.
All right.
There you go.
I'm keeping the 1.
I won't reroll because mine are.
I'll give you. You
fantastic.
can have an optional reroll if you really want
Alright.
to.
Do I have to keep it or can I keep the high?
You have to keep whatever your reroll is. So
Alright.
you got to pick
So as
which
long as
number
I
you're
don't get-
replacing.
I'm replacing the 3.
Okay.
If I get a 2 or a 1, I swear,
You're toast.
swear dude.
1, 2. 1, 2.
10.
Okay.
There you
Not
go.
bad.
That's good.
So average.
The question is, because I was telling you how I kind of wanted to do spear and shield, make the spear finesse,
Mm-hmm.
but now I got pretty good rolls. I can do a good strength dex and con.
Mm-hmm.
So now do I go a strength build instead? Because I feel like strength.
Classic Logan build.
Exactly. Strength kind of works better with barbarian.
Yeah.
Thematically.
It makes sense.
Let's see. I put out all the fighting styles that I had.
Oh, nice.
So the question is,
Did steal that dice back.
do I go 2
No.
hand axes
2 hand axes is sick.
or do I go like a big halberd?
I think 2-handed fighting is sick.
2-weapon fighting
Two
is
weapon
really
is sick.
cool.
Plus,
And it
also,
works.
it's really easy to find 2 double axe barbarian miniatures to print.
Yeah. And you don't really use bonus actions as a barbarian other than like entering rage.
Right.
And so if I had a bonus action offhand attack every time with like my barbarian strength bonus and stuff, I could go kind of crazy.
Yeah, it'd be pretty strong. You're just going to be retarded.
Yeah.
Which is pretty traditional, but whatever.
Yeah, that usually is how
Do you
my
remember
characters end up.
When Wyatt played with us? The very
Yeah.
I think that was just Wyatt being retarded, though. I don't think that was
His
the character.
No, we told him he was retarded, and he really leaned into it. He was like, "I don't have any other traits."
So, yeah.
He is retarded.
Yeah, go ahead and assign your skets. So this is something that we like. I just wanted to show you guys if you were interested. If we wanted to
Oh,
print
the building
completely custom guys, you can go in here
And create
and
one.
create it completely, and then we have to buy the file, unfortunately. But like you can do it like so.
$8.
Yeah, it's like it's not too expensive.
Oh,
But like you can be
cool,
like,
dude.
okay, he wants what do we want? You want like double axes?
Double axes.
We could throw in kind of cool axe.
Ooh, something
Oh.
like those two. Those two. maybe?
Yeah. So like you could throw
Like
in
Norse. Oh, I guess those are those are huge.
those are
for
pretty massive.
two-handed.
But like
or, two
like there's
weapons.
probably some
Some small ones.
I think they're up
Yo.
That's pretty big. That's cool though.
Oh, they have an axis section like that one. Two-handed axe though. I want
So
like a one-handed
should I,
axe.
when I make my
Should put it on
character,
the
should it be
TV.
at to level 5, Ben?
Yeah, like there. Yep.
Cool.
So you're gonna create your character
'Cause we're
at
gonna have a
level
jump in
5.
time.
So then I
Oh,
can
yeah,
choose
there
my
we go.
+2 stat bonus, so I can have a 20 in charisma. Huh.
So you can put some axes in his
Oh,
hand.
cool.
You can make him like, you can adjust like all of their looks and stuff, whatever hair you want them to have.
Dope.
You can adjust their like body type, make it bulkier.
Make him jacked.
I'm gonna be really good at
give
talking to
give
people.
him like some,
There you
I don't
go.
know,
And
whatever,
that's all.
He's the talker.
whatever the
I can
heck a
talk and I
barbarian
can whip
wears,
people, and that's about it.
True.
like that
Oh,
one.
that's right, because you use a whip. Oh, that's so
dope.
So you
sick.
can like take the crown off of him and stuff. But anyways, you can like fully make a miniature.
That's really cool.
Did
Now
anything
that-
happen to you, Ethan?
They're kind of cartoony
Like your.
Uh-huh.
Did anything
because you
happen to
can
your
make you
body,
can get
your
like some
character?
really cool ones if you go to like
You got a little bit
No,
fatter.
less
does he eat
customization,
fish?
obviously, but you can get like
Surprised there was no fish things. that
Double
came
Don't
out.
you know?
Axe.
I'm chosen.
He is chosen. He knows me.
or like barbarian.
He is a disciple.
You get something sick like that one,
So I have -3 dexterity as a
Cool.
rogue.
but not a.
Yeah. -3 dex.
As a rogue.
That's tough.
Yeah, we can get custom minis for everyone, or
The-
just find a good one that will fit your character.
The evasion stat you were talking about with barbarians, does it do my unarmored defenses dex and con, or was it just one of those?
It is just Constitution, I
Just
think.
Constitution.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, and remember we're going to be doing that special defense. Yeah, so that'll play a big part in your defense.
I'll do my con then as second.
Oh wait, so is con important then?
That's only for me.
Only for well, let me check before I tell you exactly because I don't want to like lie to you and then you get screwed.
Well, I think I'm kind of screwed either way right now because my dex score's -3. So
Well, you didn't have to put a 1 as your dex.
I could have it be -2 instead. Does the same thing.
That's
I'm
tough.
pretty sure you can't go down from 10. So
Did you do your 2 rerolls?
yeah, I got a 5 and a 13.
Hey, you got rid of the 1, didn't you?
No, I kept
He
it.
kept it for
lore.
aesthetics.
For the
For
lore.
lore purposes.
That's funny. I think for barbarians, your unarmored defense is. I think you can use your constitution.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then the big takeaway for that is like you're basically gonna have
Rerolling HP and stuff too.
Yep. So roll your HP. Let's see if we can find it. First roll.
2 weapon fighting.
I have -5 in stealth.
Oh,
No, I have -3 plus disadvantage.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so your evasion class is going to be pretty important, but like the closer your evasion class and your armor class are, the more damage you take per hit.
Gotcha. So I'm going to be
So-
unarmored.
Right. So you're not going to I wonder what's your armor class going to be then?
I don't know. Is it just 10?
Remind me.
How does unarmored defense?
Minus
You
plus.
still get your unarmored defense for barbarian. So whatever it
Oh,
traditionally is, you get,
Because So normally
15 is
it's
plus 2, 16 is
it's 10 plus Dex and Constitution modifiers.
So it'll still be that.
Both of them or just
I
con?
think it's both of them for your armor class, and then
Oh.
for your evasion class,
Oh.
you get your constitution as a part of it, but you don't get both.
Gotcha.
No, here's the thing, though, is he's kind of goated in attacking and convincing people,
At least he's really good at something.
but he's like bad
Yeah,
at
you got like
stuff.
you got averaged
got the
out pretty
min-
hard.
yeah.
I got
Mhm.
min-maxed hard.
I'm min-maxed positively.
The way it works is because of the thing I end up with an 18 in strength, a 20 in charisma.
18 strength.
Yeah.
I thought you had a whip.
Yeah, it's a finesse weapon, so I can use strength or dexterity.
So why don't you just go Dex?
Yeah, because then you're a rogue.
I'm the
He's a bad
hand of
rogue.
God.
But he doesn't do the roguey things. You forgot.
He's a bad rogue.
That's right.
He's a trickster rogue.
I
Strong, apparently.
Which means
I'm buff, dude.
that's
Heck
funny.
yeah. That's what sways me more. I'm like, this kid's jacked, so I gotta listen to him.
Hit him with the "You're safe here, child."
You
Back
d-
to work, slave.
And you do a little miracle, and I'm like, oh, a sign.
Let me
funny.
pray to my gods. Confetti.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I was never capable of that. Let's
Let's
see.
be able to. Should I pretend like I can speak to him?
Yeah.
Tell me things.
And I'm like,
How
I'm a precursor. I was a predecessor, a forebearer before you. You are the shepherd of the end, and I am your
Okay, so
cane.
evasion class is your barbarian. It's plus dex, not constitution.
What's your health?
That's how you
Ethan?
determine your evasion class.
Are we
But
rolling? Or
Yeah, you're gonna roll your
should
health.
I just take average?
Nope, you have to
I
roll.
have to
You
roll?
have to roll.
But are we
health.
doing armor classes just Dex plus con for barbarians?
Yeah,
I
so
don't know.
however you calculate your standard armor class, you calculate it that way.
And then evasion
I
is
think.
with Dex.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. So my armor class
So I
would
just
be
roll
15
5d8s?
right now.
No, because you start with an 8. So I roll 4 and then I add 8.
What?
Because we're starting at level 5.
Starting at level 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I start with 8. And
You
then I
start-
roll 4 dice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll them.
You start with 8 hit points.
You start with a
sh-
max.
You start
dice.
with the
Or
max
do you
roll
not
of your
start
dice.
Otherwise, I'll be at 0 health.
What's your total hit points,
Because I have
Ethan?
no Constitution pluses.
What'd you end up at?
I had a 5, 8, 4, 2, and a 6. So I haven't really calculated it out yet.
Let me calculate. Barbarian to
Yeah,
get 12.
Ethan, you can roll yours.
All right.
But do you also? I mean, this one says.
So what you do is you
First
take your
level.
max, which is 8, and then you have 4
Oh,
rolls
7.
that you add to it.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
dude. I'm getting bad rolls.
Oh, 1. Brutal.
Is that a 9 or a 6?
9.
6. Ooh, we'll go back in it.
Oh.
Last one.
Yeah.
That's
8.
Dang.
Let's go. I rolled decent on health.
Because you get your max, and then you get 4 rolls, right?
I
To get
rolled
to level 5.
2 2s.
Dang.
A 10. All right,
There
we'll
you
take
go.
those. Those are good.
Oh, I ended up with 30.
That's pretty good. 22.
I mean, but I also have no Constitution bonus, so it's not.
Yeah,
great.
and
Oh,
you
yeah. I gotta look at my
I
constitution.
got 35.
you add your constitution bonus per roll too, right?
Oh, per roll.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Oh,
how it
that's
works?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So like, what if it's plus 1 or plus 2?
Plus
It's
3.
you multiply it by 4.
Plus 0.
Okay, let's see.
So 0 times 4 means you have 0 hit points. You lose.
No, because I have 30.
You lost already.
15.
Yeah. So your evasion class and your armor class are going to be pretty massive.
Yeah.
Massive change to combat.
I have 48. That's much better. Those 2 2s I rolled, dude, are tragic.
Okay, and then for the rest of making your characters, you guys can do that till next time. Thanks for listening, for everyone who made it to the end. Special props to our guest, Brielle. You have any special words? She has no special words.
Special guest has no special
She
words.
died.
No
She died
special
on the
words.
first episode. So,
I have a feeling we'll see her again.
DMs
My wife.
The DM's
My
wife.
wife.
It's a movie.
Yeah, we were talking about
DM's
I think
wife.
this is like a TV show.
The DM's wife.
Oh.
Yep. All right. Thanks for watching, listening. Follow us, subscribe, like, share it with all your friends who want to hear some Dungeons and Dragons that's not gay.
Hit the hype button if you're on mobile.
Amen, brother.
Maybe a little gay.
Maybe a little gay.
I mean,
But it's for the homies, you know.
it's not D&D if it's not a little gay.
All right, that's all for today.
DEI after.